This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
Hello and welcome to UFAH Rendezvous. We have Neville Thompson with us today. We have Martine Graney with us today. We have Billy Carson with us today, and we have Linda McLendon with us today. This is the first time that Linda is with us, so we're gonna start saying welcome to Linda. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
We all hope you will enjoy your time here. We know you're doing a lot of research also, and we have been looking at a lot of it, and it's never easy to break through on the internet with one's research. But you're here now, and we are gonna look at some of your favorite pictures, and we all have some favorite pictures with us today. And I am gonna share my screen here, and the first picture we are gonna take a look at is a picture from Billy. Let's find the picture. We have the picture here. Billy, tell us a little bit about why is this between one of your favorite pictures?
This image here, to me, I hate to use the term smoking gun, but this is like, for me, the smoking gun. This is an image where I was going through a gigapan of Neville's that he posted in one of the groups. And I was just scanning through like I normally do, 1 inch at a time, just scanning and scanning using my trusty, magnifying glass. And as I passed over this area, I saw the wall first. The wall was the first thing that stood out to me. Because it just looked too straight. It looked like a perfectly level object coming up out of the ground. So right away, let me go back and take a look at this area. And the more I started looking at it and let my eyes settle in, I started to see, anomalies all around. And these anomalies, to me, were like earth-shattering. I mean, the one anomaly in front of the wall appears to be some type of vehicle. Now, it might not be a vehicle, but, I mean, as far as, what I can relate it to, it relates to me, in my mind, to be some type of a vehicle or transportation device or mechanical device that maybe moves from one location to another. And it almost appears as if there's, it's partly kind of stuck maybe on this wall. It kind of seems like it got stuck there. And there's an anomaly right behind the vehicle that, and I know people are almost afraid to say this, like, that there could be life on Mars or currently. We all understand, we believe that there's past life on Mars, but we've all been struggling to say there may be something there currently. But this particular anomaly behind the vehicle, no matter what, any way that I broke the image down, built it back up, had other people look at it, this anomaly appears to be there. It almost appears to be an actual entity or being, or it could be an android or a robot. I don't know what it is, but it appears to be a vertical bilateral anomaly that's standing behind this vehicle that almost appears to be looking out. And this, you can see in this image here how I kind of just traced around it to kind of make it pop a little bit, just so you can see the outlines of what I was looking at. It almost appears to be an entity with actual hair on the head. But again, this could be a carbon. I don't know. We don't know what it is. But it to me, it just speaks of intelligent life, and maybe even current life, which is, I know, taboo. To me, it was a mind-blowing image, and I think a lot of people thought the same thing when they saw it, because a lot of people like this image. Well over 100 people on one page, 200 and something on Instagram. It got retweeted many, many times. Richard Fonoke, of one of the members of Exclusive Mars Images, actually colorized it for me. So if you can go to the colorized version of it, he helped me see some things that I couldn't even detect were there. By colorizing it, I was able to get some separation in certain things, and you can actually see it almost like it looks like there might even be two entities there, or two statues there, or two whatever they are there. And it almost appears as if they're trying to find a way to get this vehicle unstuck, maybe.
Do you remember the science fiction story from the 80s called Tron?
Tron, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the vehicle, the motorcycle, the motorbike he rides on with this huge rear wheel. That
Absolutely.
was one of my first thoughts.
Yeah.
Call them light cycles. I have the game.
Yes, light cycles. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why this is one of my favorite, because it almost to me personally, it signifies to me that there may be an opportunity or a chance that there could be current life on Mars. That area just doesn't look like something that's ancient and multi-millions of years old to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
All right. Neville, do you have any thoughts on it?
Well, actually, when I was making the pan, I noticed that, and I thought it could be part of a statue or something like that. You know, I checked up on the size of it, and it's about 6 to 7 inches big, like. So it could be, you know, because anything below that, I tend to think it could be just a sculpture or something, you know. I'm not one of these who think that there's little tiny beans everywhere. Everybody knows that I think that. So, you know.
Yes.
I mean, I've got my own opinions, but I don't throw them down people's throats all the time, you know. But it could be part of a statue, you know, or a statue that's attached to that vehicle, you know. It could be. See, the thing is, I wish we had the PDS images out for it, because then they will be a bit clearer. But we've just got to wait 6 months, haven't we, really? But that is a good image, you know. I mean, there's lots in that pan that's really strange. Lots and lots, like. Okay, that's my opinion.
Martine, your thoughts?
Okay, I don't know if we can see the image again.
You want to hold it up again?
Please, if you may. I think that it's definitely been manipulated. I can see that figure quite clearly. When we consider the fact that they might be statues, I find that very hard to believe, because they are in random poses. Some are actually facing the camera, which I find very odd. The little figure definitely is proportionately looks like a little figure. The head is, bless you, the head is in the right place, and you know, you can see the arms. Yes, I was going to say about the vehicle. I've seen this before on, you know, whenever we've picked up on vehicles. The front always tapers down to a sort of narrow wedge shape, almost like, you know, I know in America you've got the front of your trains, you know, on the engines, you've got these stone rock scoopers. So will they push them out the way? I don't know what they're called over there. But that's what I always see, that these come down to a wedge at one end, almost as if they, you know, it's to push the rocks and stones out of the way. And I'm seeing it again on this. And yes, Coach, I'm sure there is another figure in the back of that. It has been manipulated, and it's been, you know, it's just had this stone effect treatment on it, which really annoys me, I'm afraid. But no, the whole image is very anomalous. I mean, that wall as well, that looks like it's been cut out. That doesn't look natural to me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Coach,
okay.
Really? Carson?
Yeah, I mean, what I said before, and Martine brought a very good point out, is the fact that the bottom of the of what I'm assuming is a vehicle has the little scoopers at the bottom. And I mean, I've contacted Martine before on private messaging about other vehicles that I've seen around, and some of them look almost like, you know, vehicles that you would see here, but a lot of them have these scoopers on them, or what appear to be scoopers at the very bottom in the front that would move debris out of the way. And it's just really an amazing pan. I mean, some of the things in that pan are just totally mind-boggling because I can't even really understand what what they are. I'm starting to see that Mars is a very stylized place, and some of the areas that I think used to be piles of rubble, I'm finding out these, in my opinion, are like little communities, or were little communities, and these areas are that you think are rubble are actually dwellings. And I feel like a society takes on the design of the entity or entities in control. And in the world that we live on Earth, corporations run the world. So you see a more stylized format of efficiency and simplicity. And that's where you get the square buildings with the gable roofs, and everything is very square and cut, and you got the street grids and everything else. Up there, they're following a totally different type of construction technique in most cases. You do have some areas where you see, you know, what we can conceive as cities, but you also have a lot of areas where it looks almost ergonomic, where the areas are built into the landscape, and it's almost it's very bizarre. It's really like they're living inside of buildings shaped like animals and trees and kind of weird structures.
Yeah.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely.
It is.
We tend to want to compare with what's considered normal to us here, but we've got to remember we're talking about another world, aren't we? And things have evolved differently according to the conditions of that planet. And maybe that explains why we've got small life forms up there. It can be due to the atmospheric conditions, nutrition, the gravity, who knows?
DNA.
And DNA, of course, yes.
Yes.
The most important.
Yes, of course.
Linda,
Yes, Thomas.
your thoughts on Billy's picture?
Yes, would you mind bringing it up for
Of
me
course,
also
of course.
again? Yes, Billy and Martine both, they just hit it right on the nail about the design of the vehicle with the point out there. It reminds me of like a train or a boat, you know, where it's like pointed, like even the icebreaker ships, you know, that pushes the ice out of the way as it goes through the icy waters, and that's what it reminds me of also. And the little being looks like working on something.
Yes,
You know, you can see the arms. Can't read it. At first I thought it could be a baby, you know, but no, it's something else. And then the other one is working at the other end. Yes. And you can see something that's in his hand there with that color picture, like a little purple, like maybe a tool or something.
Yes.
And it's amazing image. Neville, it's just, it's just the way that they live up there is just, you can see them everywhere, and their little dwellings, and they're going about their everyday lives, it seems like, you know, and just a lot of them not paying any attention to actually the rover, I don't believe. Yes. But it is such an amazing image. I love that.
I like the image a lot too, and I like the small being. But with the research I have done lately with the orbiter cameras and the high view, high resolution images, and the walls and structures I've been looking at lately, then it's the wall for me that is just for me is the wow effect. The two beings and the vehicle is also a cool thing, but for me personally it's the wall that makes me say this is a wall, this is natural created. We can see that it's smooth, it's not a natural created object that is there. You can see the corners of it. so for me that's what's fascinating. The vehicle for me reminds me of, as I said before, Tron from the 80s, the sci-fi there, and the large bike they was riding on inside the network or what they were. I can't even remember the whole story now, but I remember Tron and I remember the vehicles inside, and I thought, oh, they were so cool, and the way they were powered and was riding on the net and stuff like that. So it's a great one. It's a great one. It's a really great one. Thank you, Billy, for posting that and showing us and sharing with us.
Thank you.